I'm Dr. Moshe Lewis. I'm with Music and Medicine, and here with who we love to affectionately call Mama Sole. Tell us about how near and dear this organization is to your heart, but also how it got started.
Well, it got started 8 years ago when I was living in transitional living, and somebody gave Rikki a couple of pair of shoes,
Right.
and he became a sneakerhead.
Right.
And it took decades before he decided to, shoes, he realized they were his addiction, and that there were people out there that didn't have any shoes at all, so he started giving them away. And that was 8 years ago. We've given out 55,000 or 55, wait, I'm forgetting. A lot. A lot of shoes.
And all around the country at that.
All over the country.
Sure.
Yeah.
How do you feel knowing that your son has been able to find this sense of just selflessness that has helped so many other people?
Well, I'm very proud of him. Obviously, he's making a difference. He's making an impact. And, it's just, I don't know, I'm just a proud Mama Sole.
Sure. And I want to say, though, because it's so important, because I think sometimes people may think, oh, this is coming from a position of high. He really started off in a very meek position and really does it as an act of service and kindness. And that really makes things a little bit different. This is not someone that's got multiple millions of dollars that's just saying, hey, here's some sneakers.
Right. Well, I mean, he knows what it's like to have holes in his shoes and have to show up to school when everybody else has really fresh sneakers.
Sure.
He knows that, that he was ashamed and the humiliation that came with that. And he knows what it's like when somebody is kind. And like that woman was kind enough to buy him 2 pairs of shoes when we lived in transitional living. So I really believe that everything we go through creates a well of empathy. So that, we're here to serve and to be of service to one another. And Rikki demonstrates that immensely.
Sure. And then talk about the last thing is how profound it is that something that someone did as an act of kindness to him, he's been able to literally multiply and multiply. And that's really sort of a pretty deep thing. Somebody may give you money, but your ability to turn around and sneakers, one might not have thought of something like that.
It's like full circle, full circle. And, what Steve was talking about tonight, the intergenerational trauma that was laced through my family and my father and my grandfathers. And, it's like the opportunity to heal that and to change the trajectory of alcoholism, suicide, mental illness to one of recovery and one of healing. So that's what I feel Rikki is doing with his organization.
Sure. And if you had to pick just even a general story of how much it's touched you to see some of the reactions from some of the people that have received, what might that look like?
If I was to, say that again?
Sort of pick a story of someone that was really touched or that you were really moved by and their receiving of this.
There have been so many moments, but I think when a woman that was at the same place I was at, the same shelter I was at, when we went back there to give her shoes, and she came up to me and she was crying, she said, "Thank you so much for coming here." She goes, "I lost custody of my son because of my addiction."
Wow.
So the fact that me and Rikki showed up there together gave her hope that one day she could be back together with her son.
Sure. How important is it for us to not sort of turn our back on those in need and those that may be down, because we could be there in any moment?
Well, I think it's important not to, those people already feel invisible and they need to be seen, and like I was saying earlier, that we're in a very dark time right now. There's a lot of uncertainty, and, it's those small things really matter. They really matter.
Well, thanks so much for giving so much from the heart and your time and giving us a wonderful son who's continued to give and serve. The work you all are doing is simply amazing.
Thank you.